Hello again, St. Edward's friends. It's time for another book, and today I chose one that we've definitely read in class, but I thought would be really fun since we are studying amphibians in the classroom right now. I thought we could read one of my favorites, which is What I Like About Toads. And Judy Hawes wrote this book. She is the author, and it is illustrated by James and Ruth McCrea. I didn't used to like toads. I thought toads would give me warts. Now I know better. I know how lucky I am to have a toad in my garden. I've learned a lot about toads. There are more than 100 different kinds of toads. This is my toad. All toads are amphibians. That means they can live in the water and on the land. Toads have tremendous appetites. Tremendous means large, very, very big. They eat at night mostly. They stuff themselves with bugs and worms. During one summer, a single toad may eat 10,000 insects and 2,000 cutworms. One toad ate 86 houseflies in 10 minutes. Toads eat bugs and beetles, flies, and mosquitoes. They eat all kinds of insects. Every year, toads save millions of dollars for farmers. In some countries, farmers buy toads to eat the bugs on their crops. What would happen if bugs ate all the farmers' crops? I wonder. A toad's skin is dry and covered with warts. I still don't like the warts on toads, but I know that toads can't give me warts. Just the same, I handle toads gently because they can give off poison. If a toad is frightened, a white liquid oozes through its skin. This liquid comes from two glands behind the toad's eyes. This liquid will not give you warts, but it may sting. The toad uses this poison to protect himself. If a dog catches a toad in its teeth, he drops it fast. The toad's poison burns the dog's mouth. Dogs soon learn to leave toads alone. I have read about a giant toad that gives off a poison so strong it can kill a dog or blind a man. This is the mariner toad. It is twice as big as my toad. I don't think I could like a toad that giant. Toads have other tricks to protect themselves. They can puff themselves up and stretch out their hind legs. This makes toads look too big for hungry birds or snakes to eat. The toad's color and shape protect him. Toads are usually a dull brown or gray color with dark spots and streaks. They look like lumps of dirt to their enemies. Toads can play dead very well. They can sit absolutely still for hours. No wonder their enemies can't see them. You can put a toad in any position and he will stay that way. Insects are tricked too. They may make the mistake of coming too close. Once a toad spots a victim, he takes careful aim. He flicks out his sticky tongue and catches the insect. His tongue flicks out and back so fast you cannot see it move. A toad has no teeth. He swallows his victims whole. Could you imagine if you had no teeth in your mouth and the only thing you could eat was something that you could swallow whole? It would have to be so small. Toads feed mostly at night. During the day, they usually stay buried under leaves or loose dirt. My toad hides under a stone. Cold weather makes toads sleepy. In winter, common toads sleep about 3 feet under the ground. Toads wake up in the spring when the days and nights are warm again. Right away, they hop to the nearest pond. The male toads puff out their throats and grunt to attract mates. The female toads lay thousands of eggs in the water. The male toads fertilize them. The tiny black eggs are held together in a long jelly-like string. 5 eggs for every inch. The strings of eggs are often more than 70 feet long. Within a few days, tiny black tadpoles hatch from the eggs. Soon the tadpoles grow back legs. Front legs appear next. The tadpoles' mouths grow bigger. Their long tails are slowly absorbed back into their bodies. In 6 to 9 weeks, the tadpoles have changed completely into toadlets, less than half an inch long. The new little toadlets hop ashore. They hide for a week or 2. At the first sudden shower, the toads appear like magic from behind every stone. It was once believed they dropped like rain from the sky. That just means they're very good at hiding, right? Now the young toads scatter. They leave the pond to make their homes in the woods or fields. There they grow so quickly they must shed their skin every few weeks. By the time common toads are a year old, they have grown to their full size of 3 inches. Few toads of any kind live to a full adult size. These lucky ones may live for 20 or 30 years. I wonder why most toads don't grow to be full-sized adults. What I like about toads is that they make good pets. They never wander far. They live in a small area. One man tells of a toad that lived in his garden for 36 years. It would come to him to have its back scratched. Each night, a toad returns to its favorite spot to feed. It might be near a lamppost or a lighted doorway where insects gather. My toad sits by the door of our screened porch. I like toads better than frogs for pets. A frog can get away from you in a flash. A frog can make big jumps with his long back legs. A toad has short back legs. He can't make big jumps. He can only hop. I like toads because of their pretty eyes. Toads' eyes are shiny black, marked with glistening gold. People used to think that toads had real jewels in their heads. I like toads because of their cheerful song. In springtime, the air is filled with the toad's music. There are a lot of things I like about toads. I hope you like them too. And that concludes our book, What I Like About Toads. So friends, it's the time of year when we might start seeing toads come out of the warm soil. They might be climbing out of the ground in the coming weeks to enjoy the warm sun and the spring weather. One time we were out in our spring garden and we were cleaning up and digging, and my son Burley found a toad. And this toad was special, I think you remember probably, because he only had one eye. We're not sure what happened to his other eye, but one of his eyes was permanently closed. Burley named him Toady, and Toady hung out in our garden for a few years, and then we're not sure where he went. Maybe he was very old and passed away, but we really enjoyed the years that we had Toady in our garden. So we hope you're having a wonderful break, friends, and we'll see you soon. Bye.